We're back. Hello, welcome on in. Episode 14, Gaming Nonsense coming in hot. Again, another week, we're publishing. Staying on top of it. I like it. Our resolve this year is fantastic.
We're doing it.
We're doing it, buddy. As always, co-host numero uno, Theodore Kosick. Co-host numero dos, Mr. Avery Fair. Buddy, it's been a week. We're staying on top of it. What have you been up to last week? What have you been doing? What have you been liking? What have you been hating? How's life been? You know, same old, same old.
I mean, first off, let's just get this out of the way.
Okay.
Super Bowl Sunday happened, and as many of you would recall, there was a little wager on last week's show, and there it is.
That $10 ready, getting lucky. And,
fly, Eagles, fly.
Pay
winner.
Black, and that's gone.
And there it is. Venmo.
Okay.
I don't know. They can't really see it, but I got it, so it is real.
Yep. That's unfortunate. You're so lucky. You know
I mean, I didn't even need those 4 points. They just won outright.
Yeah, whatever. What are you going to do? That about explains, though, how this year of the NFL went for me. Just getting demolished in fantasy. Team takes a downhill trend. Get demolished.
I hear you on that.
All year long. It's just... It's hard, man.
It's a nice cherry on top for your year, isn't it?
It really is. Hey, we're moving into what's next? March Madness?
March Madness. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go fantastic as well. So,
I mean, I don't know if we have a school from Arizona represent. I mean, U of A just got upset. ASU is falling off the face of the earth.
Like 5-6 in the Pac-12 now, or something like that.
Ever since they were ranked third in the country, they've lost like who knows how many. They're
disgusting.
Just free falling.
Disgusting. Hey, Super Bowl was last Sunday, as we all know. A lot of things came with the Super Bowl, being commercials, new trailers, a lot of stuff being premiered around the Super Bowl, because a lot of people obviously tuned in to watch. That's going to be a majority of the show this week. Not so much on the gaming front per se. A lot on the movie trailer, TV trailer, shows that we're interested in, movies that are coming out that we're interested in. So we're going to talk about those for most of the episode. Then we'll hit on a few pieces of miscellaneous news roundup at the end. So
that's why we're still looking to change our name. We're still... Right now,
/ non-gaming nonsense. Perfect. Yeah, we really do need to change that. The more I think about it. All right. First things first.
Moving on.
Super Bowl. There's a game, obviously. There's also commercials, which is why probably half the people watch to begin with. So, your opinions on the commercials this year? Hit me with it.
I mean, the one that stood out for me was David Harbour and those Tide commercials.
Yep.
I mean, I think they popped up a good amount of times throughout the entirety of the event.
Yeah.
And so I think they did a pretty good job, especially with the whole kids eating those damn pods. And I think I read, I don't know if you saw that, Tide said that they're going to discontinue making those Tide Pods.
Oh,
and I think they are. And it kind of sucks because, you know, it's a very convenient thing to use.
Yeah.
And we just have to, every people with common sense have to have all that taken away from them because people are fucking stupid, but whatever.
It happens. How you really feel. Yeah. I mean, I would agree. I think that was probably that, I guess, series of commercials. I guess you tag it to the company that the commercial's for.
Yeah.
Probably wins for me too, right? Other than some trailers, which we'll get into in a minute. But
I mean, I guess the only other one I just thought of was the one with Morgan Freeman and
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah, and they did like the lip rapping and stuff. That was pretty funny, but other than that, like it just felt like a lot of them were just forgettable, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was whatever. I honestly watched more so this year for the game. So
yeah.
However, like mentioned, a lot of new trailers for TV shows and/or movies that were either in the Super Bowl or came out, before or that night after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So let's jump through those. We actually just rewatched a lot of these, so they're fresh in our mind here. Number one on the list, Avengers.
Whew. My man, that was... Yes, it did exactly what I needed to do. It showed just enough of new footage where I'm already psyched for it, but it kept that hype level high. It didn't reveal too much of the movie. It didn't, have any scenes that were gonna be like, well, I wish I would have saw that in theaters.
Right.
I just loved everything about it. So it just reaffirms that it should be one of, if not, the best movie of the year.
Yeah, I mean, Avengers movies are hard to bet against at this point in time. Like if you're looking for superhero movies, you can't go wrong. Like that's the place to go, right? So Infinity War should be good. I'm pretty pumped that they're bringing in some extra characters into the Avengers movie cast per se. So it should be good. Guardians of the Galaxy coming in. Who else was Spidey? Spidey was in the last one.
Spider-Man was there. Yep, it's basically just everybody teaming up now, and some people.
Is this it? Like, is this the cap of anybody they could bring into the MCU at this point? Like, of the main people? Like, or in the next Avengers, are they going to keep adding people?
Well, upcoming. So they're going to have the Captain Marvel standalone movie, and I was going to say that a lot of people. Watching the trailer again. I mean, I personally didn't see anything, and it might be because I'm not super well known in the Captain Marvel lore and stuff, but some people were saying that there was something in the trailer that kind of may have hinted at the idea of her making a special appearance. But I mean, after this moment in the whole MCU, I mean, they're gonna continue to add other characters into the grand scheme of things, because I mean, after this movie, right when they finished, and they also finished, I think, the second Avengers that they just wrapped up the fourth one. Then that's the end with contract-wise of people like Captain America, Thor, Hulk, all these, the pillars of the MCU, they're done with their contracts. So we'll see if any of them renews or if they do anything like that. There was also some rumors out there that they were going to do a Black Widow solo movie. That's a possibility, but we're nearing the end of the MCU as we know it. So they're going to start making some drastic changes to things, and it'll be exciting, especially to see, the head Marvel guy, Kevin Feige, how to say is his name? They were asked him in an interview about the possible pending acquisition of Fox and those properties and when we might be able to see those in the MCU, and he stated that, what they have set up right now, their schedule, they're not going to add anything to that. I think they have movies scheduled throughout 2020, I want to say. And so that's probably going to be after that is where they may start incorporating some of those Fox characters into things.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see what comes out of that, if anything. There's a lot of potential there. It's just, we just got to kind of wait and see.
Right.
But again, Avengers, hard to not be excited for. It comes out May 4th. So see you there. That's one of those movies, all these superhero type movies where you just get the blasting sound and the big screen. It's one of those things where I feel like I have to go see those at the theaters. Where some of the slower movies maybe, or the more plot driven rather than action driven, I'll just watch at home. Avengers is worth it for $13 fucking or whatever I pay in San Francisco. So.
Small tidbit, May 4th, my brother's birthday. Somehow he always gets the good superhero movies that land on his birthday. It's always Avengers. He's gotten, I think the first Avengers came out on his birthday too, but a lot of big just summer movies always come out on or around his birthday. So he's pretty excited about that.
Yeah, good for him. My birthday normally was around school when it started growing up as a kid. So my birthday was actually the first day of school in 6th grade.
So people hated you.
Fun fact, my mom brought donuts. So
I guess
my mom and my dad. So, I mean, what a shitty situation. All right, anyways, next on the list, Mission Impossible Fallout, coming out July 27th. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Mission Impossible in general as a series? To be totally honest, I haven't watched probably the last 2 Mission Impossible movies.
Okay.
So I'm not really up to date. I mean, they're fine. They get the job done, but they've never been that thing that hooked me in necessarily in the action genre.
I actually went back pretty recently within the last year or so, and I watched, I want to say the first 2 because I don't think I'd either hadn't seen them or just didn't remember them at all.
Yeah.
And I'd say that the last couple ones, the 4th and 5th one, the ones that recently came out, my opinion, were the best. And so, I mean, I'm not saying I'm excited to see it, but I will definitely I will see it in theaters,
Yeah.
And it's just a good, 2 hours of action movie, and Tom Cruise doing all those crazy stunts. When we just rewatched the trailer, I saw the moment where like he jumped from one building to the next.
Yeah.
And that's where he broke his leg.
Yeah.
In real life. And so it's funny, but I mean,
he's kind of known for that, though, isn't he? Doing all of his own stunts. I remember, was it the last Mission Impossible where there's all those pictures all over the internet and the memes and stuff of him like hanging outside of the aircraft as it was like taking off, just like on the wing out there.
Yeah.
What a crazy guy. What a wild dude. Speaking of Tom Cruise, no news, but Top Gun 2, you still need to see the first Top Gun. Hopefully Top Gun 2 is a thing. It's still rumored. We haven't talked about it on the show. It's rumored to be a thing. So you got to catch up on Top Gun numero uno there, buddy.
Top Gun's a great movie. It has Tom Cruise, an airplane, I think the American flag.
Val Kilmer?
He's in it. See? He's Batman.
Okay. Moving on down the list from Super Bowl related trailers. I'll do the other movie first, the Han Solo movie. Obviously, Star Wars movies are just churning out every other month at this point, it seems like. May 25th was when the Han Solo movie comes out. To be blatantly honest, I am mostly excited just to see Donald Glover more than anything in this movie.
He looks fantastic.
As a young Lando, he looks so good. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I mean, I just hope they don't start overdoing it and all these one-offs just become kind of watered down and not meaningful. Not to say that it will be. Maybe it'll be my favorite Star Wars ever. Who knows? I don't know. That's about all.
Yeah, and I mean, and looking back on that, I was talking to Blanca about this, and we were saying how, so this is supposed to be a young Han Solo before the Star Wars, the original, New Hope. So we were trying to figure out how old these people were in A New Hope to warrant a young Han Solo movie. And her and I were saying that we thought Han Solo was somewhere in his mid-20s. Mm-hmm. And I asked you, and you thought he might have been in his late 20s. Mm-hmm. And we had thought that Luke and Leia were probably between 18 to 20. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, that's when Luke was talking about wanting to join the rebellion and go off on his own and things like that. So automatically, I assume, 18 is the, age when kids want to do whatever they want. And so I'm trying to figure out what's his age supposed to be in the Han Solo movie. Because, I mean, again, I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but it's just weird. It's going back to, like, the DC thing when they have movies and the corresponding character in a TV version. Mm-hmm. And your head kind of would get confused about which one you want to basically cheer for. Yeah. And it's like the same with this. Sure, Han Solo is now, spoiler, dead in the... if you're watching this right now, you've seen The Force Awakens. You've seen it. Come back here. Now... You've seen Force Awakens.
Great. Now I'm never gonna... What's the point, huh? Are you gonna tell me that Darth Vader's Luke's father also? Are you?
Is he?
What?
Anyway, he's gone and Harrison Ford is, no longer playing the character, but still, I mean, Han Solo, I automatically think of Harrison Ford, and I wonder if that's going to kind of not work out so well for them. Again, like you said, we'll see. I'll still see it.
Yeah, I'll see that in theaters for sure as well. We'll see. I mean, anything with Star Wars at this point, until they start being bad movies, I'm just going to go see everything in theaters. There's no reason not to.
Right.
So we'll see. May 25th. I don't know if I'll be there May 25th, but shortly thereafter, see it in theaters. All right. The last Super Bowl related one, won't need to see this one in theaters. Can watch it right in the comfort of your own abode, is Westworld Season 2 coming out April 22nd. Again, another great HBO series. This is something you watched through after I basically forced you to. Told you had to watch it.
I did. I got around to it. I found cranked through those episodes.
Yeah, I'm quite partial to like Western settings in general. So for me, it was an easy no-brainer watch, and knowing that it was HBO, it's obviously a no-brainer watch. I quite like the first season a lot. The trailer itself kind of just picks up where the last season ended a little bit, and just explaining what's going on and how things are going to change going into the next season now that they have taken control. That's about it. It doesn't really spoil anything, I don't think. It didn't really mention anything too much. It was just kind of a, hey, we're coming back.
Yeah, I was going to say, I did notice that there was no sign of Anthony Hopkins anywhere. I'm not
Yeah,
sure exactly if he is going to be in the
not
second
sure.
season. I won't spoil the end of season 1.
Yeah,
Um, but we'll see what happens with that. But like you said, the trailer pretty much did what it needed to do. It teased the connection between the first and second season. Yeah, I'll check it out. I really like the first season. Unlike
yeah.
you, I'm not a. I wouldn't say I dislike westerns, but I'm not necessarily.
It's not your
Um,
favorite, yeah.
yeah. So, but it was still good. I enjoyed it. So
Yeah, yeah, fair enough. Cool. Some other trailers. I don't think any of these came out during the Super Bowl itself, but in the last week since we did this, first one on the list, Venom, October 5th. I think I saw them shooting reshoots in San Francisco. Pretty sure, like a couple weeks ago. Not
you sneak in there.
not important. No, I should have, but no, I didn't.
Could have
Venom.
made a
So
good Tom
you,
Hardy.
I think, in general, are a bigger Spider-Man, Venom, this realm kind of fan than me.
Yeah.
So I'll let you give your opinions because, to be honest, it looks like a cool movie. I'll go see it, but I don't really have any other thoughts other than that.
Yeah, so Sony and Marvel did that deal to make Spider-Man go over, but Sony is moving forward to do kind of their own universe separate of the MCU, starting with this Venom movie. They're in the process of possibly making it R-rated because rumors have it that they want to make it a horror sci-fi type movie.
Interesting.
And so that would kind of work well with the R rating. The teaser, when it came out, it was very safe. It didn't show too much of either is it going to be R or not. We don't see any of the symbiote or the Venom. And maybe it's because they haven't actually finished with those types of special effects yet, that they don't have that ready to show, or they're just holding off for a more expanded trailer in the future. But overall, it looks interesting. I don't know if it's going to be another kind of a, not like a gimmick like superhero movie, like we're kind of catch the tail end of the superhero frenzy and kind of make a buck out of it.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see. I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy, so I'm excited to see him in Venom. But it'll be interesting, to see what happens. And who knows if I don't expect, Venom and or Spider-Man to cross platform basically between the two, but who knows? Again, going back to Marvel getting the stuff from Fox, who knows if Marvel and Sony will either continue or expand upon their already deal with Spider-Man.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. The teaser, the trailer, whatever you want to call it, didn't really give out too much other than definitely has that like gritty, darker feel to it. I don't know. I didn't realize they were trying to put an R rating on it potentially. I would, if I was them, I'd be cautious about that because of the audience you'd restrict the movie off to, given that it's like in that superhero realm of movies. PG-13 seems to be the norm, right? Like I don't think there's any other than Deadpool, which we're gonna talk about here in a second.
They did. Logan was R-rated.
Logan was R-rated. That's right.
Yeah.
And Logan supposedly is one of the better superhero movies made in the last couple of years. So.
Yeah, but again, I mean, you make a good point though, because you don't want to see like Deadpool and Logan. They did well with the R-rated based on the type of material and content that they were trying to convey. And so with Venom, he can be a very scary character. There's a lot of different variants of Venom in his history. He's teamed up with the Guardians of the Galaxy. He's done all sorts of different things with that. I mean, Spider-Man, like Spider-Man 3 with the OG, what is his name? Tobey Maguire, yeah. He was Venom too, and so or he had the alien symbiote. So Venom's been around the block a little bit, but like you said, it is a cautious thing to do because, like you said, audience.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. So it comes out October 5th later this year. Got a little bit of time to wait for that one. I'm sure there'll be other trailers, and you'll get our reactions here for those.
Yeah.
Next on the list, just mentioned Deadpool 2, another trailer. Deadpool comes out May 18th. They actually went the opposite trend of every other movie and or game we've talked about here the last 3 months and moved up their release date, so good for them.
Yep.
The trailer is what you'd expect from a Deadpool trailer, right? Like that comedy doesn't really give you too much, just like some random scenes here and there. with Ryan Reynolds, talking, doing some voiceover or something. Pretty good though, pretty funny. There were a couple of things that you caught in the trailer I'll let you talk about, but it was pretty good. I mean, I'm excited for Deadpool 2. I like Deadpool 1 a lot.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be seeing it.
Yeah, going through the trailer, the first thing you'll notice is when Cable's there and he's supposed to have his metal arm, but it's actually a green sleeve, and Ryan Reynolds, they freeze frame and talking about why he has a green arm, and says it's pretty easy to CGI that in. It's not like it's a mustache.
Yeah,
that's poking fun at Justice League not being able to properly CGI Henry Cavill's mustache that he had to have for Mission Impossible Fallout.
Yeah.
And also there was a couple references regarding Thanos that I saw on Twitter. Someone pointed out. One was when Deadpool is doing the little action figures and he yells, "Hey, I got some stones that'll help you out," and jumps on his face with his crotch in his face. And people said that they're referring to the Infinity Stones because Josh Brolin, playing Cable, is also playing Thanos in the MCU. Infinity War is coming out. And then the second one was when it was, I think it was like a black screen or something, and Deadpool said, F it, I'm going to just do it myself. And that goes to Josh Brolin's character of Thanos at the end of maybe Civil War. I can't remember exactly what Marvel movie it was.
I have to look it up.
But he picks up the gauntlet and he goes, I'll just do it myself, meaning to go get the stones himself. And then finally, Blanca caught this reference, said that when they're together with action figures, Deadpool's dressed as Woody from Toy Story. And, he says, what does he say, shoot for the sky, aim for the skies?
Yeah.
And, that might be a little homage to Disney, coming in and buying out Deadpool and Fox and everything. So that was, like you said, Deadpool was a very comedic movie, and so I like those little references there, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more.
Yeah, I think in terms of media I've consumed recently, they do the best job of because a lot of things I feel like coming out are trying to break down that wall, hit that type of comedy. They do. I think the first Deadpool probably did the best job of that I've ever seen in a movie, at least in a comedy way, similar to how Sunset Overdrive does it on the gaming side. True. So
there was also,
it's good.
There was also a reference I saw on Twitter. Someone pointed out that at the end of the trailer, when Ryan Reynolds is sitting on the couch, and they pull out the guns, he's wearing that Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's the same shirt that the fat kid or whatever wears in the Goonies.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, when he's doing the belly dance or something. Oh
yeah,
that kid. Yeah.
That. Oh, that's good. I have to look that up. That's funny. There's a lot of stuff, man, in some of these movies. They just put in these little things you got to really pay attention for. That's funny. All right, and then we'll end off the trailer roundup again with a show rather than a movie. Season 2, Jessica Jones, coming out March 8th. I did not watch the first season. I have virtually zero opinions, so I will let you take this one away.
You haven't seen Jessica Jones. You haven't seen Daredevil. Does that mean we're even on me not seeing Top Gun?
I can't say no, right?
Yeah, Jessica Jones. The trailer it looks like how the first season went. It's a very down to earth show based on a hero that Jessica Jones is part of those Defenders with Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and they're like the street level Avengers, but they're called Defenders. But anyway, in the first season, she battled the Purple Man, and it was David Tennant, and it gave a little tease of him being in the second season. And there's not really much to say about it other than it looks like Jessica Jones solving another mystery. She's going to look for possibly how she came to be, how she got her powers, if there's any others out there that have the same abilities as her or similar. And so it'll be very interesting to see them possibly introduce more characters to that universe.
Yeah, cool. I don't know. I just got to prioritize, but I'd like to watch it. I'd have to start at the first season, though. I don't know. Do you get any sort of sense of if it's you need to start at the beginning, you can jump in at the start of a new season type of a show?
No, you'd have to watch.
Would you? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's not going to be the highest on my priority list, to be honest, but maybe I'll get around to it. So if you're interested in that, March 8th will be the day you'll be looking forward to. All right, cool. Time to head into Random News Roundup. I will let you take us through this. I'll jump in when I have things to disagree with you on. Otherwise, take me away, Pop.
All right, here we go. Monster Hunter World has sold over 6 million copies. The fastest game sold in Capcom history.
Heyo.
Again, we were talking about this. I want to say it was the last one where it was all the delays.
Yeah.
And not sure now if I'm going to play it at all because I was planning on getting it in the fall when it came out on PC, but Dead 2 is coming out in the fall. So, like you just said, priorities.
Yep. See what happens.
Fortnite just did their Valentine's Day update. They added a new gun, a crossbow, and I think you've actually used it, right? You used it yesterday?
It's real hard. The arrows shoot it's infinite arrows, shoots so slow though. And I feel like it doesn't hit that hard. So I mean, if you're gonna shoot that long range away, just you're better off just with an AR or a sniper.
So Sean was just over and he was playing Fortnite, and I guess he was using the crossbow. And he said I don't know if he said it was a headshot or a normal body shot, but he said he did 75 damage.
Yeah, I've done a normal body shot that's done like 10. So
okay,
I think it just depends. Maybe it was a headshot. I don't know.
Yeah. And then also some new skins. There's one that looks like an Adonis, like the statued man, and then also a pink fluffy teddy bear. I'll say right now, once I see that pink fluffy teddy bear, I am insta buying V-Bucks, and I will purchase it.
What?
Instant!
You're not going to get any Olympic skins? Those are the skins coming out as well, Olympic skins. I think there's Germany, China, South Korea, USA, a bunch of different options.
Yeah, I won't be.
Okay, fair enough.
Moving forward, the new Call of Duty coming out this fall from Treyarch. It's this time, right? Treyarch, yeah.
Ooh,
it is.
I think so.
Rumored to be Black Ops 4.
I haven't played anything since Black Ops 2. Well, I haven't played a Black Ops since Black Ops 2. So
yeah, I think a lot of people liked the Black Ops 2, or at least the Black Ops, those early ones. And I don't know, I think it was because I really loved Modern Warfare 2 that literally after that I didn't like Call of Duty.
I haven't liked the COD game as much since Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
That was also just because I was playing other things. Like I got much more into like Halo after that. I played a lot of Halo 3 and Halo 4, things like that. So
yeah, so there's that. Crash Bandicoot Collection announced that it'll be coming to PC and Switch later this year. I'm pretty excited about that just because I haven't played my Switch at all, and I will absolutely buy that. I was thinking about getting it for the PS4, but I just never got around to it. It came out last summer, and I thought about picking it up, but I just never did. And so it'll be nice. I think it's perfect for the Switch, that handheld. And also, apparently, there might be a new Crash Bandicoot game coming in 2019. So I'll be pretty interested to see more about that. Possibly, E3 reveals or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, see what happens.
You playing a Crash Bandicoot?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't have so was Crash Bandicoot just on PlayStations?
Yeah.
I would explain why I never played them because I don't know if that's true or not. I feel like I would have played it if it was on Xbox or 360 or anything like that though. So I'm going to take the PlayStation excuse on this one, I think.
Yeah, it would just come out on PlayStation, but I believe they're saying that that the collection may not have been PS4 exclusive entirely. It might have been exclusive.
Got it.
So that's why it's a their platform. Moving forward, which this game's pretty interesting. It might be my summer game. It'll be Vampire. It got a release date of June 5th. So I don't know if a lot of people know about it. It's supposed to be an action RPG coming from people over at Don't Nod Entertainment and Focus Home Interactive. The third person, it's essentially centered around this doctor who gets turned into a vampire, and you can essentially, so you get the thirst for blood, obviously, and then you can essentially investigate your possible targets and go kill them, feast on them. And that would cause a ripple effect, some consequences on who you end up killing, things like that will affect the semi-open world of London that you're stationed in. And then I believe that you may also be able to convert people into vampires or something. But I don't know, just the whole concept of it sounds kind of cool. It looks a bit dark and mysterious. So I don't know, maybe I'll check it out, see what happens.
Yeah, I honestly don't know a lot about this game. So again, I have no comment. I'm just not very useful right now. I'm trying to I got nothing.
Okay.
I have comments coming up here. Don't you worry. I'll get it.
Here you go, Pop. Take this one away.
All right. Game of Thrones writers, D.B. Weiss and the other guy. I should know his name, and I don't. I think confirmed on the official Star Wars website. So they're going to be screenplay writing or directing or producing, something along those natures. They're involved in 2 new Star Wars films that'll be coming out, unrelated to the Skywalker plotline, unrelated to the trilogy that's been confirmed that Rian Johnson is doing, which is also unrelated to the Skywalker timeline. So again, 2 more Star Wars movies. They're just churning these bad boys out. I think I counted it up the other day, and I was texting you. Maybe there's 8 Star Wars movies that we're aware of on the horizon now, which is a hell of a lot of Star Wars. But we'll see. I mean, again, it's one of those things. Until somebody disappoints me or they start getting bad just because they're churning them out too quickly, I can't complain. I got to be excited for all of them.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with you. I mean, like you said, we're gonna keep on seeing Star Wars movies. It's just like, with the superhero trend. In the past, we've seen pretty much all of them, and at least from the DC side. I mean, we were just talking about this the other day, and I was talking to Blanca about it. That I realized that I never saw Justice League, and it's kind of, it happens. I mean, you get to a certain point where you got
to start picking and choosing what you're gonna do. You only have so much time in the day.
Right. It's like, you fool me once, take my money. Fool me 3 times, keep taking my money. But that 4th time,
that's really.
I don't know.
I'm pretty excited though. And did you ever play Knights of the Old Republic by chance?
No, I didn't. I didn't have an Xbox.
You didn't have an Xbox, yeah. I quite like the idea of something being set in that realm of the Star Wars universe. You're not gonna have too much of a comment, but that'd be really cool. I don't know. I'm excited to see different pieces of the universe, because it's just been so focused on the Skywalker plotline, up until recently at least. So
you said D.B. Weiss, the other guy is David Benioff.
David Benioff, yeah. But I mean, hey, they're doing a hell of a job writing Game of Thrones. Have done a hell of a job writing Game of Thrones. So I don't see this as any negative news. It could only be positive. So we'll see what happens.
Remember they were supposed to do that HBO Confederate series.
Yeah.
So that probably won't happen according to IGN. So, I mean, hey, I'll take a couple Star Wars movies instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Next on the list, I don't know anything about the skins. Go ahead.
Moving forward in the movie sphere, director Jordan Peele thinking about possibly doing a Get Out sequel. Get Out, I finally caught it a couple months ago, and it was a very good movie. Thinking about a sequel, I mean, because you're talking about he would want to do a sequel where it's an actually good story, a good plot to further dive into that world. So I would like to think he's not the type of guy that's going to just make any old movie for shits and giggles to get some money. And so if he does end up doing it, I'll be interested in checking it out. If not, the first one's good enough to just leave it at that.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I've heard nothing but good things about the first one. It's just one of those things I haven't prioritized watching. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get around to that though.
Moving forward on something that both of us have not watched, and do we do anything? We don't play certain games, watch movies.
I watched The Office over and over again, apparently on Netflix. I don't.
Legion.
There's a lot though.
Yeah.
There's just so much out there. All right. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Legion season 2 coming April 3rd. Again, something that I've only heard good things about is Legion season 1. It might be because it's on normal TV, which I don't watch. I think it's on Fox.
Yeah.
And so if it ever comes to a streaming service, if anybody knows if it's on a streaming service, please let me know. Mm-hmm. And I will absolutely watch that. It's all about the X-Men. I love the X-Men. And so I would say I'm looking forward to that, but I can't say if I am.
Yeah. X-Men have never been my favorite, so I'm kind of meh. And also lol at the fact that you just said it's on normal TV, and I don't watch that. That's the times we're in, boys. The times we're in.
Moving forward, some more possible shakeup at DC. Joaquin Phoenix might be rumored to possibly be playing the Joker.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were very wishy-washy about Jared Leto's performance as the Joker in Suicide Squad. I personally didn't have that much issue with him. I thought he did a pretty decent job. I know some people, there was talks of a Martin Scorsese movie that might feature Leonardo DiCaprio as the Joker. I don't really know exactly what DC is doing, if they're going to continue with their whole extended cinematic universe, or if they're going to start releasing one-off movies like there were rumored that they might start doing. Um, Joaquin Phoenix, he's a good actor. I enjoy him, so I'd be interested to see what they do with that.
Yeah, it's one of those characters to play, the Joker. That is, you got to be real particular about who you're going to cast into that type of role. There's kind of a pretty big expectation being one of the biggest villains, like in any series ever, like globally known. Somebody sees a picture, like they know who he is.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. Like if I think of Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't think of him as a Joker. Not saying he couldn't do a good job, but it would just be weird to me, right? Like it's one of those things where you got to find somebody where they, the first time they think of them playing that character, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, people are probably going to have a hard time. And Joaquin Phoenix, not saying he would be the perfect Joker, but he doesn't shock me as a weird Joker. So maybe it'll work out.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, with Joker being one of those iconic villains, I think that's one thing that DC has over Marvel. It's that their assortment of villains is unparalleled to them.
Yeah, I totally agree.
If they're able to crank out, I honestly, at this point, I don't even care about a cinematic universe. If they're able to crank out quality movies that possibly, that center in on villains or things like that, I'm all for that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Next on the list, in the media sphere, online media sphere, some YouTube-related news here. So YouTube came out, I think, late last night. Obviously, there's been a lot of drama with the Paul brothers, specifically Logan Paul, and something he's been up to, the last month or two now, posting a video in the Japanese suicide forest and having a literal dead human being be in whatever it's called, the thumbnail for the video, and just some weird stuff. Guy's just kind of off the rails. But he had a recent, I'll call it a situation, I don't even know, in a video that he just posted where he was tasing, and I didn't see the video, I think it's been taken down at this point in time, but where he was tasing dead rats.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because yes.
Hey.
And obviously the people upset about it. PETA was upset about it, as they're upset about everything, but they're actually rightfully upset about it this time, probably. Mm-hmm. So YouTube came out and said they're officially suspending ads from his channel, at least for the time being, which is an interesting move because YouTube is kind of historically known for not having the greatest responses to people, just kind of being wishy-washy on what they're doing. So it's good to see them actually take action against somebody, especially one of their biggest creators on the platform right now. I'll be looking forward to next week. Another massive creator on the platform, Casey Neistat, actually has already filmed a sit-down interview with the chief business officer, Robert, I don't know how to say his last name, Knickel? I'm not even going to try.
That's a good try.
He's sitting down with Robert. And it had some input. He was posting on Twitter a little bit. Had some input from some other big YouTubers on what things he should have asked before he had that interview. So he asked people like Philip DeFranco and some of these other guys to ask some of those hard-hitting questions. So we'll see what they have to say. I don't know. It'll be interesting because I think it's the first time YouTube's kind of gone out there and just honestly kind of put their face out there and answered what people have to say about complaints and things of that nature. So we'll see.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't really follow a lot of these YouTube stars and like that, but obviously I've seen the news regarding Logan Paul and things like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean, it's nice to see YouTube finally coming out and kind of dropping the hammer a little bit. Kind of getting out of hand.
They kind of have to, right? They're the biggest pre-recorded video platform in the world, I would say. Not would say. They definitely are. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And the last piece of news, RIP, Best Buy is stopping. How do you say this? They are stopping selling. Does that sound right? Stopping selling CDs, physical CDs.
Okay, you got there.
They are stopping to sell. Anyways. Point being, you can no longer buy physical CDs at Best Buy as of July.
No!
So for whoever the hell is still buying physical CDs, GG.
I'm gonna go stock up on stuff.
Dude, when was the last time you bought a real CD?
I honestly, who knows if I even bought a real CD?
The real question is, what are they gonna do with that extra space they have in each store now? Ooh.
The real question is, do CDs even take up a lot of space in a store?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Last time I was in a Best Buy was on Black Friday. I would assume it's like an aisle, right? Like one long aisle, maybe. That's it. So not really.
Yeah, I wonder if they've like kind of slowly been discontinuing
Dwindling them
certain, and just their inventories going, and then they're just as quickly as they've come, they'll just disappear, gone.
Just go to sleep. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, there's some news for you. Heard it here first. Not really.
That's the Roundup News Roundup. Wait.
Yep. Roundup News Roundup. Yeah, we're really struggling right now, aren't we?
Let's just get to the wrap up here.
All right, let's get to the wrap up. What are you up to next week? What are you going to be doing?
Well, I forgot to mention, I did write my Dragon Ball FighterZ review, which is up on coffeescorner.com. And check that out. I think I gave it an 8.75 out of 10.
You think you gave it an 8.75 out of 10?
I did. Checking right now.
Edit 8.75.
Yeah, like I said before, I really like the game. I love Dragon Ball. It's very reminiscent of the Marvel vs. Capcom 3v3 team combat. It's very fun. It's very kind to new fighters like myself. I'm not a big fighting game fanatic, but the controls are pretty simple to master, and for more intense fighters, the string of combos, things like that, can get very intense.
Yeah.
And just overall, I mean, if you're into either DBZ or fighting in general, I think you should check it out. I know it's been added to the EVO 2018 list, and actually, tidbit, a Marvel vs. Capcom game will not be at EVO first time since 2009.
That's really surprising.
Yeah, and so possibly, I mean, it might have been that Infinite didn't do so well critically that they had hoped, and so fighters might be taking that spot now. Yeah. Other than that, I got Shadow of the Colossus. I actually played about an hour of it before we started today. I killed my first 2 Colossi.
Doing it, buddy.
It's a very interesting game. The control, I understand what people were talking about like before. I never played Shadow of the Colossus. It came out originally on PS2. So this is my first time through it. I understand what people were talking about, the controls being a little, like, not weird, but just kind of off a little bit. But the game looks great. Even though it's a remade PS2 game, it's up there as one of the best looking PS4 games out there. So hopefully I finish that up, or at least get around to playing more of that before we film next week. I know a lot of my time will be taken up in playing Fortnite, so we'll probably play that after this. And other than that, that's all I'm doing. I also started watching Altered Carbon on Netflix. I watched the first episode and half of the second one, and the show's very interesting. It's kind of set in this Blade Runner-esque type of future, and people are able to, essentially, they get their consciousness downloaded on this USB type thing called a stack in the back of their neck, and if they die physically, the stack is not damaged. It's able to transfer to another sleeve, as they're called, to essentially just continue living. However, obviously there's smaller, much more intricate details that go into it. Like, rich people get, younger bodies, they can afford those things. Whereas in the first episode, I think you watched the first episode, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, for people that haven't seen it, a sleeve is a body basically, and
right.
They basically will take out the stack and you can put it into a new body, and your mind, yourself, your consciousness is the same as it was before. You're just in a different skin now, essentially.
Right.
But yeah, like you were saying, there was in the first episode, what was it, like a girl that had gone to juvenile detention, or I don't know, something happened or whatever, and her parents couldn't afford to like purchase a nice sleeve, so they got a government issue one. It was some old lady skin, basically, like a 55-year-old lady, and she was some young kid. So it's an interesting concept, though. I've only watched the first episode as well. I watched it last night, actually, in preparation of this. It's interesting. I like the idea of it. I like the idea of the world in particular, and what they could do in that universe. I'm not sure that I'm sold on it being like a CSI, Law and Order, investigate crime type of a show just yet.
Right.
I mean, I'll have to see. Again, I've watched one episode, so I'll give the first season a shot. I'll go through the whole first season, unless I get particularly bored or something, but hopefully not. And then maybe I'll have an opinion, but I don't know. I just get tired of like the investigative, like detective shows sometimes. So we'll see how heavily it focuses on that versus just the universe itself.
Well, if you get bored, you can just head on right back to the office.
Yeah, so I am. I've been watching The Office. Basically, that's all I've been doing again. I started about 2 weeks ago, and I think I am 2 episodes away from finishing season 6.
Okay.
So I
So
don't know
what
why. I watched the entire show literally 6 months ago. I just flipped it on when I was like, oh, I want something to watch for an hour, have a few laughs. Next thing you know, here I am.
So what you're saying is that you're still churning away on Assassin's Creed, huh? That's
Still working on that. Been playing Fortnite though. Got a dub the other day. Got about 3 second-place finishes yesterday, which is a bit unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? Other than that, I saw the post a couple weeks ago. I don't know if I ever even told you that. I just remembered. It's the Tom Hanks, what's her name? Meryl Streep movie. Have you even seen trailers for it?
No, I don't know.
It's nominated for all the Golden Globes, Oscars type of stuff. It's basically about the Washington Post around Vietnam and how they got. I guess I don't know. I would assume it's based on true stories. Their hands on documents saying how the United States knew that sending soldiers to Vietnam was basically just going to prolong the war. A bunch of things. Anyways, it's like a drama type of a show or type of a movie. It's really good though. Particularly if you like Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, they did a great job. So highly recommend.
There you go. Teddy Kostick approved.
Teddy Kostick approved. That's it. Fortnite time, buddy. Let's wrap this bad boy up.
Yep, that's it. Next time, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Okay. We really need a new name. So next time, I think what we do is we propose a new name or two. That's a hard commitment.
All right. Hard commitment.
Hard commitment. And we'll go from there, considering this entire show is basically non-gaming related. So,
Sorry, buddy.
without further ado, that's not the right thing to say. Do you have anything else we want to cover off on this week before we wrap it up here?
I mean, all I know is that I'm a winner.
So, thanks for joining us this week, episode 14 of Non-Gaming Nonsense. We will catch you in a week from now. Enjoy it. Go outside. It's been real nice here. I don't know about in Arizona. Hopefully it's been nice
getting
outside.
hot.
It's getting hot. Unfortunate. If you're in the Bay Area, go outside because it is primo weather. Play some games, watch some movies, watch some shows. We will catch you guys next week. Thanks for joining us. Adios.